could record the computer. Okay, here we go. So this call is actually recorded. So guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you have now just joined the GFood platform, let's say within the last week, 2 weeks, whatever the case is, I would like to extend my warm welcomes to you. You're in for a treat. Okay, you're in for an absolute treat with this platform. The reason being because it's so simple. Okay, it's very, very easy to use. It's very user friendly, and everything that you need from a standpoint of actually getting started from as far as a beginner, and then your intermediate, and then your advanced is actually here plugged into the platform. Now, guys, I want to just do something before we actually go onto the platform, because I know that's where the meat of the product is, right? You want to see how can I take trades and how does this work and how does that work? And we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. But that is really just the vehicle, okay? But with anytime you're traveling and you're making a journey, you also need gasoline, you need petrol, you need diesel, you need fuel for your journey, okay? So I want to talk to you about the fuel first, because you can have a Ferrari, you can have a Lamborghini, doesn't matter. If you can't fuel that bad boy, you ain't going anywhere. Okay, so let's just make sure that we talk about the fuel first. So number one, guys, there's a reason why you're actually here on this call with me today. And I know that some of you, even on this call, might have not signed into the platform, but I'm going to tell you this now. I don't know what you're delaying, what you'll be waiting for after this call to sign into the platform, because the way I'm going to break it down for you, you're definitely going to sign in, right? So let's talk about the fuel for your vehicle. Okay. So what is that fuel? That fuel is your why. Okay. So I'm going to take this in steps. Take this in steps so that it's easy for you to make notes, it's easy for you to write down. Number one step is your why. Why are you doing what you do? Okay. Let's remove the GFood platform. Let's forget that we're even on a Zoom call. Just think of an aspect of life. Why do you go to work? Why do you hang out with certain people? Why do you go to certain places? You got to have a why to why you're doing something, right? Unless you're just aimlessly doing it. We call those people lemmings. They're just followers and so on and so on. But I don't think that any one of you on this call are actually followers, because this journey is really for the 5% of the world. Remember, guys, 95% of the world, unfortunately, are controlled by 5% of the world in terms of wealth. All right. So you're now changing the narrative from the 95% to come over to the 5%, where you want to start to create wealth for yourself. You want to be able to learn a skill set that you can utilize at any given time. Because once you've learned it, you've earned it. Okay. Once you've learned it, you've earned it. So therefore, what is your why? So before we even go any further, I really want to take maybe just 2 to 3 minutes out, right? 2 to 3 minutes out to why you actually want to do this. And I was listening to Derek Alexandra's onboarding. I think it was like last week. And he said something that was really, really crucial. And he just says it in jest, because for him, he's been doing this for a long time. So this is really this is like consciously, it's a conscious effort. It comes to him, right? So he said, don't write down money. Don't put down money. Don't say you're doing this for money. Okay? Because the money is actually the result of what you're actually going to do. Okay? So if you say, I'm doing this for money, really and truly, when the money doesn't come, you're probably going to give up, right? If the money doesn't come fast enough, you're probably going to say it doesn't work and you're going to give up. So if money's the driver, but money's the result of success, you still have to travel this long road before you even get to the money. Okay. And that's something that is very, very frustrating for some people, because they put money at the forefront of everything. That I need the money, I need the money, I need the money. Yes, we all need the money, but there has to be a bigger why to what you're doing. There has to be a reason that when the money doesn't come quick enough, you sustain this journey. You are saying to yourself, do you know what? My reasons are this. My why is this. Your why needs to be bigger than you. Okay. It needs to be something so tangible, something so big that when the times get a little bit rocky and they get a little bit tough, and I'm talking about every aspect in life, guys. I'm not just talking about making money. Okay. I'm talking about being a parent. I'm talking about if you want to do some activities and adventure, and you're taking that hike that's like 15 miles, you get halfway and you give up, right? But your bigger why could be because you're doing it for charity, right? You're doing this walk for charity. So you know that you're not only letting yourself down, you're letting down all the people that sponsored you to do this charity walk. Man, imagine 40 people sponsored you and it equal to £40,000, right? And you're on this hike now. You're on this hike, and you get to like, I don't know, 7.5 miles, and you're thinking, oh, do you know what? Is this really worth it? I'm feeling gonna give up. I'm not gonna bother with this anymore because it's easy for me to give up on myself. But there's something else. There's something that might spark you and say, well, hold on a second. I had those people give me 40,000. What would I do if I let them down? Like, because this money's going to go to charity if I do this walk. Okay. So, guys, you got to have a bigger why. You got to have something that is emotionally driving you to actually sustain this course of time. The financial markets is not the easiest markets in the world. Okay. I'm going to just put that out there. But what we've done in GFood, we've made it easy. Okay. We've made it easy. But believe it or not, people still quit on their whys. You need to have a really, really strong why. So I want you to just take maybe just 2 minutes. Just take 2 minutes out right now. There's no better time than the present. Just take 2 minutes out right now to start establishing what your why is. Okay. I want you to get to a point where you write down at least 5 whys. Okay. 5 reasons to why you are going to take this journey, because this journey is not a 3-4 months program. Okay. This journey is you're only really a novice when you've done 12 to 18 months. That's it. Like 12 to 18 months, you're still learning the processes. You're still learning how things work. You're still learning, how to make mistakes and then recover from them. You're still learning all of these aspects of trading, right? So you want to write down at least 5 whys, but for now, just write down one. And if you want, you can actually type it in the chat as well. I'd be very, very excited to see, what some of your whys are. This is a very safe space. Nobody's here is going to judge you. We have all done the same task, and if we all haven't done the same task, I would definitely say if you haven't done it, you need to do it. Okay. Now, with your why, what I want you to do, I want you to, when you've got your 5 whys, I want you to actually send that to your upline, your mentor, your coach, whoever you're closest to that's guiding you through this platform. You need to be able to send that to them. And there's a reason for that, because you want to open up discussion to what that really means to you. Allow that person, allow that mentor, allow that coach to become a part of that why for you as well. Allow that person trespass, that person can actually say to you, when the times get a little bit rough, that person can actually say to you, listen, these are your whys. Like, really? You're really gonna think of letting down? Really? Like you're gonna let your son down? Like you're gonna let your daughter down? And that person will bring another spark out of you. Maybe that spark you didn't realize was there. Okay. But they will bring another spark out of you that makes you think, you know what? No, 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 no. I've got this. I've got this. Because at the end of the day, the whole process and the whole reason why you're on this platform is to get to a result. If we said to you, you can do this for 12 to 18 months and you're guaranteed no result, would you actually do it? You wouldn't do it, right? There would be no point. So therefore, we're saying to you, 12 to 18 months, you've got a stunning chance to get to a great result. Okay. So to break free of debt and take control of my own finances. Absolutely great. Absolutely great. And if that's your why, great. But I want to see something deeper than that. I want to see something deeper than that, because you will quit on yourself, but you may not quit on something else. Okay. People will quit on themselves, but they may not quit on something else. You need something a little bit bigger, something a bit more emotionally driven. Yeah, money is very tangible. Money is not so emotional unless you won a lottery and you start crying that you've got all this money now, right? But money is very tangible. You need something that's more emotionally driving you, because that's what's the fuel that's going to keep you in this game. Okay, it's going to keep you in this game. So write down your whys. I'm going to give you like literally from now, I'm going to give you like maybe 1 minute. I'm going to give you 1 minute because we've had a lot of time on it anyway. I'm going to go off camera for just 1 minute, and I'm going to give you some time to just write down what your burning desire is, your burning why to why you want to, make sure that you win in the financial markets. Let's go. Okay, guys, that's long enough for that. So hopefully, you would have written down something. See, someone's put something in the chat to secure my kids' future. Amazing, amazing. How would you feel if that's your why and you quit on that why? You're gonna feel something, right? And you're gonna feel something that's bigger than you as well, right? So you're gonna feel something that is gonna drive you to make sure that you get to where you need to get to. Okay. To achieve financial independence, that's great as well. But I always look for something that's a little bit deeper. Because guys, let me be honest with you. You want financial independence, you can get a high paying job that will give you financial independence also. But you're still in the restraints of that job. You're still easily replaceable in that job. You may not even develop a skill set in that job. You may just be running a rat race in that job. You might not even be appreciated in that job. And I'm not saying that to bash jobs, but what I'm saying to you is that there is a distinct comparison between what the skill set that we have of trading versus a job. Okay. So financial independence, I would say, comes as a result of what you're trying to do. Um, but your burning desire, your burning why normally needs to come from more of an emotional place. Yeah. So that's the first thing you want to do. Now, number two, we're gonna run through this. We don't need a lot of time on this, guys, because to be honest with you, this is very clear cut, right? It's very clear cut. Number two, you want to become a product of the product. Okay. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that you want to become somebody who knows their tools inside out. You want to become somebody that when you open up this platform, you know what tabs to press on without having to think about it. Okay. You don't want to be this person that after 6, 8 months, you're still asking where's the tab for the scanners, because that means you haven't been using them. Yeah. You don't want to be that person after 6, 8 months, you're still asking where's the live education or where's the academy. Okay. Because that tells us that you haven't really taken this serious unless you've got a real solid reason to why you haven't actually been on the platform. Guys, let me be very, very clear with this. The majority of people that I meet that want to learn this skill set, the result of it is that they want it to either supplement or overtake what they're currently doing. Okay. So let me break that down for you. There are a lot of people on the platform that may be working full time, but they want to go part time because they want more time in their life to be able to do the things that they actually enjoy. Okay. So you want to make sure that this skill set is not treated as a hobby, it's actually treated as a profession. Okay, you got to treat this as a profession. Why? Because it will, and it can supplement your income. Okay, so you want to make sure that you actually are not waiting 6 to 8 months to learn the back office or learn how to take a trade and so on and so on. And don't worry, I'm going to take you through the process. I'm going to take you through the back end office. I'm going to take you through all of that sort of stuff. But I need you to also do your part. Okay. I'm showing you, there's a saying, right? I'm not calling you a horse. There's a saying. I'm taking the horse to the water, but you have to decide whether you want to drink or not. Okay. So I'm going to be showing you all of that but you need to make sure that you have this thought in your mind that, you know what, every day I look at this, I need to become a product of the product, because this is the thing that's actually going to get me to where I need to get to. This is the thing that when I hit everything and I've gone through the trials and tribulations of what it is that I need to learn and all of that sort of stuff, this is the thing that's going to get me to where I need to get to. And I want to tell you something right now as well. When we write goals with a time frame, okay? But every single person is different. Every single person is different. Some people are going to learn this in 3 months. Some people are going to learn this in 6. Some people are going to learn it in 9. And some people are going to learn it in 12. You have to tailor this to your life to get the best result possible within the shortest time frame. Okay? That's your job. I'm going to show you all of this, but your job is to then get off this call and make a plan that how can I get to the best result possible in the shortest time possible as well. Okay, so you want to become a product of the product, you want to become a product of the product. Now, I'm going to be showing you quite a few scanners and that sort of stuff. So when I say become a product of the product, I mean generically overall. I don't mean become just the best at, how to open the app or how to copy and paste. No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about really becoming a product of the product. The one thing that I really, really, really love on this platform, it's not the one thing, there's many things, but I think this comes at really high on the list, is the community. Is the servant community. Like, I'm on this call, guys. I'm not getting paid to be on this call, but at least if I can get one of you or two of you to really take it serious, to make sure that your journey starts off really, really well, then I've done my part. Okay. So the community for me is like really high ranked in terms of things that I love about the Wealth Makers, because at the end of the day, guys, I will always tell people, do not do this by yourself. Do not take this journey by yourself. Okay. So you want to become a product of the product with somebody that you can go back and forth with, somebody that you can challenge, somebody that can challenge you, some person that, you can meet up with them, and so on, to make sure that, you are getting the best out of this platform. Okay. So what I'm going to do right now that you've done your why, okay, now that you've sent your why to your mentor, your coach, your upline, your sponsor, whoever you desire to send it to, you now want to divulge into the platform. You now want to get the tools ready, because you fill the car with gasoline, with diesel, petrol, whatever you fill it with, right? And now you want to start that engine up. You want to get ready to rock and roll. So what's the vehicle? The vehicle is the GFU platform. Now I want to just talk about the platform just before I load it up here. I have never seen a more comprehensive, a more well put together platform as GFU. And I've seen a few platforms, guys. I've been a part of a few platforms, and I've seen a few platforms. The seamlessness of this particular platform, the way it's put together, the education, the academy, all of that is going to make your journey extremely simple. You only have one job, and your job is to plug in and to make sure you're utilizing the tools. Okay. So look, let's just open up the platform right now. Move that to the side. And you should be able to see my screen shortly. A second, guys. Here we go. Okay. Let's share screen. So you should be able to see my screen in just a few minutes. There we go. You should be able to see my screen now. So when you log onto your GFU platform, this is not the screen that you may come to straight away. You may need to go to GFU Live, which is on your main back office. Once you do that, you're going to come to this particular screen here. Okay, so you're going to sign in with your credentials, whatever you set your password as you sign in. And this is the back office that you're going to see now. This is the, I think it's a 3.0 back office. Okay, so it's a brand new interface, redesigned, absolutely stunning. Colorway is amazing. The seamlessness is amazing. There's no delay on the actual platform itself. That would be down to internet, because I've used this platform on everything, and it's just quick. It's so fast. It's so easy to use. They are still making a few tweaks to the platform. just to make their user experience even better. So guys, if you see something that's not quite right, don't worry. It probably will be addressed within the next weeks or next month or so. Okay. So look, I'm going to go through all these tabs one by one. So apologize if you've already heard all this information, but I truly believe repetition is one of the keys to success, right? So first of all, over here on your right hand side, you probably can see my mouse just flashing there. You're going to see a little icon. Let me just drop this. 1 second, guys. Okay, there we go. You're going to see a little icon here. You can click on this icon. Okay, you can click on this icon, open it up. And now you're going to see, obviously, you're going to see your name up top here. You're going to see a lot of information around that, the educators that you're following. You can unfollow them, etc., etc. You're going to see your subscription here. You're going to see your name here and so on. And then you're going to have like a leaderboard in terms of who's watching the academy and so on and so on. All of this is great information, but this is not the main thing. When you come here, I want you to click on courses. Okay. Now, once you click on courses, you're going to have everything from onboarding to basic, intermediate, advanced, Forex, same thing with crypto. You're going to have Amazon FBA courses. You're going to have crash courses on social media. Now, this would be my advice to you. My advice to you would be to go through your courses on Forex first, because Forex does spill over to crypto. Unless you're coming here for something really specialized like Instagram and stuff like that, that's completely different. Okay. Now, once you're here, you can see there's a lot of options in terms of typing in things that you can find. You can actually come here and just click Forex. It will already come up with the Forex. You can come out of here, you can go crypto, and it will already come up with crypto and so on, right? So this is very, very, very simple to use. Drop down menus that you can just click on and it will open up. Now, when you come to Forex, as you can see, advances on this side, basics in the middle and intermediate. Don't worry about that, guys. Start with the basic. Okay, you're going to start with the basic. So you click on basic, and now you can see there's a host of videos that you're going to be able to trail through to make sure that your beginning experience in terms of learning, not just the skill set, but learning about the industry is equally important as well. Okay. So let's just play a video real quick. I'm going to share again, but I want to share with sound. Second, guys. Okay, I am sharing with sound already. Right. So let's just click on the video real quick.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Forex Academy onboarding. My name is Christian Lopez, and I'm going to be your guide throughout this process. I wanted to show you 3 modules that we're going to be having here in the onboarding process. You're going to be having the basic, the intermediate, and the advanced. Each of these modules is going to have different topics and where you're going to be learning and educating yourself to become a trader. So I would like to welcome you, and I would like to guide you through our basic module first.
I don't know what that is. Okay, so that's how your videos are going to be. Okay, so let's just have a look at another video.
Welcome everybody to our 3rd video of the basic module. And in this video, we're going to be talking about what is a pip. When we look at the charts, whether on TradingView or a price at any broker, we keep in mind that the price can go up or down. A pip is the percentage in points or unit that changes the value of each currency, whether it appreciates or devalues. We have to learn to read pips and the difference in many currency pairs from 1 pip to 1 point. Just so you guys know, 1 pip equals 10 points. In Forex, a pip is the smallest price movement a currency pair can make according to the market convention. For most currency pairs, a pip usually is the last decimal point in the price quoted. For example, if your USD moves from 1.1 to 1.1001, that is a 1 pip movement. In most cases, a pip is equal to 0.0001 for pairs such as Euro USD, GBP USD, or in general, pairs that have the US dollar involved in the currency.
Okay, so you get a little bit of an image in terms of what the education looks like. And that's going to be all the way through as well. Now, you're probably thinking, oh no, there's 16 videos. Can I go for all of that? Yes, you certainly can go for all of that. Because if you want to earn money that is commanded in this foreign exchange industry, then you will dedicate some time to it. Okay, you will dedicate some time to it. And that's the most important thing here, guys. You've got to dedicate some time to this to be able to learn not just about how to copy and paste a trade, but also how the system works, how the financial markets themselves work as well. Okay, so if we come out of this, if we just go back, all right, so you will have exactly the same thing for crypto as well, where you're going to have, you know, your module 1, your module 2 course. That's like intermediate and advanced, or intermediate and sorry, beginners and intermediate, and you're going to be able to go through those courses as well. Okay, so guys, the reason why I'm saying this to you is because not only to so that you can follow my steps, when you actually log onto your backend office, I want you to play around with it. I want you to go into all the options, have a look at what's what. There's nothing here that you can break, okay? So make sure that you're utilizing the platform that you've paid for, okay? Just remember, you've paid for this, so make sure you use it. So look, let's go to the academies. In fact, let's go back home so we can kind of just take this step by step, right? Now, you see up here where it says live, okay? Up here where it says live. If you actually click that, this will tell you which live educators are on right now. Okay, this will tell you who's on live education right now, and you can just join the session. It will ask you a little question to say, okay, this now they're actually finished.
Proveniente da Nvidia,
Oh, no, they're on.
eventualmente parem de comprar a melhor tecnologia que existe no mercado, porque neste momento nós temos possibilidade de vos dar aquilo que vocês neste momento encomendaram e vamos fazer com que o vosso negócio continue a andar para frente ou até melhor. Uma medida destas não pode ser feita só porque temos serviços com o Trump ou temos serviços com os Estados Unidos. Nunca na vida isso aconteceria. A China não pagaria o preço da tecnologia da inovação por causa de alguns serviços. Nunca na vida fariam isso. Então, é aqui a minha comunidade.
Okay, we're going to leave that because we don't understand language. Well, I don't understand language. Okay, but you know, you're going to see who is actually on live, right? So when we go to the academies now, okay, this is exactly what you've seen before with in terms of the courses, right? So we can kind of just muller over this. You're going to have courses around Forex, crypto, social media, mindset, finance, and fitness. Okay, if there is no course behind it, that's absolutely fine. There will be live sessions around it, which I'm going to show you soon as well. So when you go to my learning, obviously this is where we was before as well. This is where it's going to record your data to how much learning you're actually doing. All right. Now, what you could do, you could actually say to yourself, oh, do you know what? I want to send my mentor, you know, my progress, and I'm going to take a screenshot just to show them that, you know what, I've been watching all the videos and so on. This is about taking accountability for your own success, right? So if you go to live learnings now, this is where the live sessions happen. Because this is what I would definitely say to you. You know, you want to make sure that if there are particular people that you want to follow, you diarize them, and you maybe just put them in either a physical diary or in something that can alert you to make sure that when these people come on live, you can catch their sessions, okay? To me, this is probably sits at number 2 of the most fundamental things, basic stuff that you can actually do to become a profitable trader, okay? The number 1 for me would be doing it yourself, would be taking the trade and doing it yourself. Number 2 would be make sure that you join at least 3 to 4 live sessions a week, okay? 3 to 4 live sessions a week. These sessions are probably just going to be an hour long. If you can't attend them, the live sessions are actually recorded as well, okay? So if you come here, you can see new recorded sessions and previous live streams, okay? You need to be attending these live sessions. And I'm going to tell you why. Because copy and paste, if you're copying and paste from the best of the best, it's more than likely that you're going to become the best also. Okay, so it's not like school where, you know, if you copy someone's exam, you got told off for it and stuff like that. This is now, we're telling you to become great copiers. You want to copy from the best of the best, okay? All of the educators on this platform are audited every 3 months to make sure that they are upholding their contractual obligations to making sure that you learn this skill set. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're copying from the best, from the best, from the best. If, for instance, you have a very, very busy lifestyle, maybe it's due to multiple jobs or kids or whatever it is, doesn't matter. Make sure you at least try to find some time to watch the recordings. And I'm going to tell you this, your why has to be bigger than your excuses. Okay, your why has to be bigger than your excuses. To sit there and say, you know what, I'm feeling a bit tired today, maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Guys, it's not going to cut it, because on that week you would have only watched 2 videos, but Jay's recommendation was 3 to 4. Okay, so you got to make sure that you're upholding your end of the bargain as well. So once you started to familiarize yourself with who you're going to follow on the lives and so on and so on, salute my house. You have to familiarize yourself with who you're going to follow on the live. You want to make sure you connect with that person. Now, one of the great things that I love about the live sessions is that you can actually ask questions, and you will see other people asking questions as well. So maybe there might be a question that might pop up that you may be a little bit afraid to ask, or you're not sure. You might see that question pop up and then you're going to get the answer. The educators, they do check the chats as well to make sure that, you know, they're fulfilling any sort of uncertainty from the actual users themselves. Okay. Now, alongside that as well, the actual educators, they are mostly like using their own tools, using their own scanners. Okay, so John Oliver, he's the champion and creator, actually, I shouldn't say champion, he's a creator, but also the champion for Sniper Pro. This is one of my favorite scanners. So if you want to learn more about Sniper Pro, you can come down here and you can actually look at his bootcamp, his courses. You see it says Sniper Pro Bootcamp right here. You can actually click on that. If you click on the start button, it will now open up his bootcamp. So now not only are you learning from the educator, you're actually having an expert teach you on what they have created so that you can now learn to use the scanner that they're using as well. Okay, the scanner is very, very important for you to understand and learn, because that's going to be your gateway. That makes it so simple for you to just follow a few steps to be able to take a trade, other than learning, you know, what is RSI and what is Bollinger Bands and that sort of stuff. That stuff can come later, but you want to make sure that you're plugging in to these educators so that you can learn how to utilize their scanners. Okay, so let's go back up. Let's close that. All right. And if you're more visual, let's say you're more visual in terms of you might not learn it so much from the video. It might be moving too fast, or you might want to have the printed document whilst you're doing it on the screen. We also have the PDFs, okay, the PDFs to actually show you how to utilize the tool itself as well. Okay, we also have a PDF to make sure that you know how to utilize the actual scanners themselves as well. Guys, for me, anybody coming on this platform now, and I say this with no disrespect, guys, and I know that some of you are going to learn it quicker, some of you are going to learn it slower. This is part of the journey. I've been doing this for a very long time now. Okay, but one thing I would definitely tell you is this: anybody that comes to this platform that clearly shows that they do not want to make money, I would encourage them to do something different. Okay, I don't know what that different is. Maybe it's Uber, maybe it's something else. But guys, you have every single tool that you need here to make sure that your vehicle is functioning and firing away all cylinders at all times. Okay, your burning desire is your fuel. You've got enough fuel. You want to make sure that your vehicle is also mechanically prepared and ready to take the journey. And I would definitely tell you this now: you have the educator, you have the live sessions, you have the onboarding. Okay, in fact, let me do it in order. You have the onboarding, you have the live education, you have the boot camps, you have the PDFs, you have the WealthMakers community. Okay, guys, it's more than enough for you to learn this skill set. It's more than enough for you to make money on this skill set. Okay. So once you've divulged into that, and let me give you some time frames around this as well. Guys, to get onto lives, if you're already part of this platform and you can sign in, I would expect that you've made some time in your diary to be able to at least jump on 3 lives this week. Okay, 3 live sessions this week. Doesn't matter if it's you don't know what they're talking about just as yet, so on and so on. But we were all there. I was once there as well. Okay, when I jumped on a live session, I didn't even know what the guy was talking about. But you know what? Because it was going in and because I was giving it, my 100% attention, I started to learn more and more and more and more as I went along, right? And the more time I repeated something, the easier it became for me. As I said in the beginning, repetition is key. Okay, so this week, promise yourself, make some notes right now. Promise yourself that you're going to be on at least 3 live sessions. Now, if you can't get on at least 3 live sessions, promise yourself that you're going to get on 1 live session. You're going to watch 2 recordings. Okay, but make sure it equals to 3. Okay, so let's actually go to the educators. So now the educators, you can choose who you want to follow and unfollow. Okay, so if you're following someone, you know that their feed is going to be more tailored to you. If you're not following someone, then it's clear that on the app you're not going to be following them either. Okay, now this is a question that I commonly get. How do you decide what educator is best suited to you? There's never a straight cut answer for this. Never a straight cut answer for this because people learn in different ways and different styles. Okay, what I would say to you is this. First of all, maybe just find out who your upline is, find out who in the group is, who's using, and so on and so on. And then out of that, you have to also make your own assessment. But you can only make your own assessment if you take the journey also, if you start to indulge in some of the lives as well. That's the only way you can make your own assessment as well. And it's going to be over time. Okay, it's going to be over time. Okay, you're never going to come on and go, well, do you know what? I really like this person, so I'm sticking with this person. No, you want to make sure that you check a few out. Check a few out. I know the Africa team. They like to watch Kenry Mo a lot. One, because he's in their time zone. He's also in Africa as well. So there's a connection there. I personally like to watch John because I think John keeps it 100% real. And he keeps it very basic. I also watch Dr. John Lee as well, Josh Lee, sorry. Once again, keeps it very basic. And I'm a basic type of guy. I don't want too much confusion. I don't want too much drama. I don't want no hype either. I don't want nobody telling me that I can buy a Ferrari next week and all that. That doesn't exist on this platform. But you know who you like when you know what you need, what you require. Okay, so make sure that you actually jump on. If you're crypto, Christian Lopez and a few others, they're actually smashing the crypto side of things, right? So let's now, once you've done all of that, let's have a look at the scanners. Okay, let's have a look at the scanners. Now, what is a scanner? For everybody that is new, a scanner is something that is an algorithm, okay, made up of multiple different indicators. These things that you can see on the screen, like these lines and these colors, they are called indicators. Okay, it's made up with a magnitude of indicators that once they form confluence with each other, once they are matching up with each other, it gives you a high probability of getting into a trade. Okay, now do I need to do anything when I open up this scanner? Absolutely nothing. The scanner itself is self-sufficient. It doesn't require you to do anything at all. Okay, you just need to come on here, follow the steps, follow the guidelines, and take the trade. Okay, take the trade. Now it also gives you the majority of the scanners also give you what is called a stop loss, an entry, and a take profit 1, 2, sometimes 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now so you don't even have to do that. Your job is to learn how to use MT5. Now, I'm not going to cover MT5 on this particular call, okay? Because it is actually in the learning. One of the things that I would like to see is that we encourage you to go to the learning more than just shortcutting, okay? Because there's things that you miss. There's things that you miss, and you have to take accountability for your own success as well, Okay, so you're going to learn how to use MT5 and so on and so on through the courses. You're going to learn how to take a trade also through the courses as well. And I have done a very short video on how to take a trade on MT5. Maybe I can plug that back into the group as well, into the team as well, so that you can actually watch that. I'll be doing another one. I've actually just changed over my phone and stuff like that. So I haven't had a chance to actually, divulge and even log into my accounts on my phone right now. I've been doing it on PC, but I'll probably do another video which is a little bit more slower, a little bit more basic, so everyone has the opportunity to watch that as well to learn how to use MT5. Okay, so the scanners that you can use, as I said, guys, you cannot break these scanners. They're very, very easy to use. You can change it from light to dark. You have the options of which scanner you want to use here as well. Sniper Pro, as I said, is the one that I prefer to use. Okay, up here you also have different time frames as well of different scanners. Let me just open that chart. You have different time frames that you can view the scanner as well. So let's say I want to view the scanner in a 1 hour time frame. I can select 1 hour, okay, and it will populate in 1 hour. Okay, so I will see what's happening on a 1 hour time frame. You also have an option for Forex, commodities, crypto, and indices. They have actually categorized it to make it a lot easier for you when you want to select your currency pair type. So let's say you want to trade crypto, you want to trade BTC USD, which is Bitcoin. You can come over here now, and this will be your BTC USD chart, okay? Now, this scanner itself is very, very easy. I'm very biased, so I don't want to go over the scanner. There is a whole video on the scanner that John joined one of our calls and actually went through the scanner, so I'll also post that in the group as well. But I am very biased to this particular scanner because I've used it and it really works a treat. So that's your options up here. That's your menus up here. You've also got some side menus as well, where there's a few tools that you can use. Okay, like a writing tool, a ruler, and so on and so on. All of that you will actually learn through your academy. Okay, all of that you will learn through your academy. The reason why I'm pushing you to your academy, because imagine you just paid $10,000, £10,000 to go to uni. The lecturer doesn't give you the answers on your first day, right? The lecturer says, I'm going to give you a scenario and I want you to go and do the revision so that you can prepare for your exam and then take your exam, right? So you need to take that same similar approach on this platform where you're taking accountability for your success, okay? So all of the scanners actually have, this is golden era, all of the scanners actually have video and PDFs behind them, so that if you want to know how to use a particular scanner, let's say you said, you know what, I really, really love, I know there's a lot of people championing Trendwave right now as well. So let's say I really, really love Trendwave and I really want to know how it works, but it looks a little bit confusing. There's a lot of colors here, there's a lot of lines here and all this sort of stuff. There is a PDF which you can actually learn, can actually utilize, okay? Now, if you look down here, where I'm clicking my scanner, where I'm clicking my mouse right now, you see where it's flashing? It says learn how to use the GFU scanners. If you click that, it will take you to a particular page, which now you can select whichever scanner you want. And now you can actually start to learn the actual scanner. So you've got tutorials here, okay? You've got documents here as well, right? So that'll be the same for like Killshot as well. They haven't moved over the documents just yet, but you've got videos here. Okay, look at Trendwave as well. Okay, you've got tutorial here, and I think you've got one document here as well, which takes you through how to use how to use Trendwave as a scanner. Okay, so this is all encompass of you becoming a product of the product, and this is why I said you take some time, because some of this information is going to be very alienated to you. It's going to be very fresh and very new. You're not too sure what's going on, and that's absolutely fine, because I was once there as well. I was once the person that was looking at a chart going, what the hell is this? What have I got myself into, right? But now, this excites me to a whole nother level, right? This excites me to a whole nother level because whoever put in the chat, you want, financial independence, whatever the case is, this is the way you create it. Okay, this is the way you create it. You need to take it. This is like taking yourself back to school, take yourself back to uni, but for very, very cheap cost as well. right, to learn this particular skill set, okay? So let's go back now to our menus here. Now, when you become a little bit more advanced, you will be able to use something like this, which is the market, which is the market news, market analysis. This also breaks down the heat map for crypto, stocks, and so on and so on. If you're brand new, if I can be completely honest with you, I probably wouldn't even bother with this screen right now. Okay, what you want to do is go through your onboarding, and you want to get onto your lives, all that sort of stuff. It's going to be a little bit more important than you utilizing this right now. Okay, the market is now opening as well. 10 o'clock on a Sunday, the market is now opening. Okay, live 2 is just a duplicate of some of the other learnings. I can go on to it just to show you anyway. Here we go. So it's going to host your home, your economic news, and also your scanners as well. All right, so it's going to host your scanners as well. This is the older version of the hosting the scanners. Okay, this is the older version, and I'm pretty sure this will be gone soon. So this is version 2. Okay, but I'm pretty sure it'll be gone soon anyway. But now we are on version 3. Okay, so this is all I wanted to show you in terms of the platform, and you really need to become a product of the product. Now, let me give you some time frames. Let me just close this down for a minute. Let's close this down for a minute. Let me give you some time frames on what this should look like for you. Within your first week, you should have downloaded multiple different apps. One of them is called MT5, MetaTrader 5. Okay, you want to download MetaTrader 5. You also want to download the GFU Connect app as well. Make sure you download that as well. Okay, so you can actually start to get notifications. You can actually start to get signals and so on. Right. Then you want to. Sorry, guys. Let me just grab this. My apologies, guys. I just had a quick call come through. So you want to make sure that you download the MT5 app, which is MetaTrader 5. We have no affiliation to MT5, but it's your gateway to the financial markets. Okay, so gateway on your phone to how you actually going to take a trade, how you're going to initiate a trade. Okay, then you want to download the GFU app, GFU Connect on your iOS or your app or your Android store, because that's where you're going to get your trade ideas. Okay, I'm actually going to log on and actually show you what that looks like as well. So that's where you're going to get your trade ideas. Now, once you've done that, you want to make sure that you are actually plugged into the WhatsApp group. Now, I'm assuming that you're on this call because you saw the message in the WhatsApp group, right? So you want to make sure that you're plugged into the WhatsApp groups. If you're not in the WhatsApp groups, whoever's actually, brought you onto this call or brought you onto the platform, make sure they actually have announced that you're on the WhatsApp and giving you access to the WhatsApp as well, because there's going to be a lot of information in there that you need. Okay. Now, once you've done that, you want to make sure that you, on the first week, I'm giving you realistic timelines here, guys. On the first week, you should be able to take a trade. In the very first week. Okay. Doesn't matter if you're a little bit afraid or you don't know what's what, you're not sure of everything. Don't try to be a professor here or a scientist here. Just keep it very basic. Keep it very, very simple. What's that saying? KISS. Keep it super simple. Okay. Just keep it super simple. Okay. On your first week, you should be able to take a trade. On your second week, you should be taking multiple trades. On your fourth week, you should be at least, be able to show some profits. Okay. On your fourth week, if you use a demo account, you should be moving to your live account. Okay, so you've got to give yourself a timeline so that the vehicle keeps moving. All right, you don't want to be laying off and stopping off and kind of making it become a little bit boring for yourself. No, you want to keep that excitement high, and you want to make sure that you keep the momentum up. Okay, so once you've done that, there's a few other calls that you might want to plug yourself into. In fact, not might, you should plug yourself into. Okay. Let's start with Monday. Monday is Derek Alexandra's morning motivation. Okay, it's 12 p.m. UK time. You need to convert that to your time zone. Okay, Monday is Derek's morning motivation call. This is a very, very powerful call for you to be on because, guys, I'll be honest with you, this industry, this particular skill set, it will test you. It will test you. And you're going to need all the tools and the arsenal and the swords and the weapons and the guns and whatever it is that you need to go to war with this, because at the end of the day, if you're coming to this from an employee mindset, you will need to make some changes. Okay, you will need to make some changes. And I'm going to explain quickly, just briefly, why that is. Because an employee mindset is a very fixed mindset. Okay. And I'm not saying this with no disrespect. I've had many jobs myself, right? It's a very, very fixed mindset, which is I wake up, I go to work, I do as I'm told, I get the result, and then I come home. Okay. And I get paid within 28 days or 30 days. It's a very fixed mindset. Within the foreign exchange industry, it doesn't work that way. Okay. It works, which is I work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard. And then I start to see some flourishing and I see some great results. Okay. So you need to make sure that you are not looking at this as in terms of the same structure or the same sort of journey as your job. It's going to be a little bit different. So you need to attend these calls. Okay. So Derek's morning motivation, that's going to be on Mondays. Tuesday, we have another trading call. It's not an onboarding call. It's more about the financial markets. It's more about getting guests on. It's more about actually making sure that everybody's looking at the markets in a certain way. Okay. So the Tuesday call is at 9 p.m. UK time. Please convert that back to your local time zone as well. Time frame. See, training's in my blood, man. Time frame. Make sure you convert it to your time zone. Okay. So look, and then we have a few calls throughout midweek as well. We have a few calls, which is if you are deciding to actually, become a product of the product and you want to share the product, you want to become part of the network marketing community, then we have a few calls that are designated for that as well. I know that Katrina currently does a call. I believe it might be on a Wednesday or Thursday. I need to double check that. And Derek does a call as well, which you can invite guests to. Okay, and you yourself can be on that call to learn how to present the business in a functional and effective way. That's one thing that those two are very, very good at. They're not just presenting the business; they are very functional and they are very effective when they present this business. Very, very professional. Then we've got now Sunday. We come back full circle back to this call that we're having today. So we do have a few calls now. You're going to see those in the WhatsApp groups, so make sure that you are plugged into the WhatsApp groups as well. So guys, look, I want to open up the call just for a few moments to see if there's any questions. Please, no question is a stupid question. Feel free to fire away, ask a few questions. Is there any questions? Let me see. Any questions, guys? Any questions in terms of what you've just seen? Okay, let me ask you guys a question. You can just drop a number 1 or drop a number 2 in the chat. Do you believe it's realistic that you should be taking live trades within 4 weeks? Do you believe it's realistic that you should be taking live trades within 4 weeks? Drop a number 1 if you think it's realistic. Drop a number 2 if you think it's unrealistic. Okay, perfect. Good. Good. And I'm glad that you guys have said number 1. I mean, if you said number 2, it's not a problem. That's just your belief, right? But I'm glad you said number 1. Do you know why? Because people that I bring on this platform, they're trading in the first week. The first week, not 4 weeks, first week. You download MT5, I should have to use MT5 straight away and I should take a trade. That's it. You're going to learn the rest of it along the way. Okay. So any questions, guys? Let me know. Is there any questions? Give the costing details, please. This is an orientation call. So we won't go through costings and stuff on this call. What you need to do is get back to the person who's invited you to the call, and then they will go through the costings. And I'm going to tell you why. Because there are different costings for different parts of the world. There are some parts of the world, i.e. Africa, they get a discount on the costing and so on. So definitely reach back to the person that's invited you on the call, and they will give you all the costings for the call as well. Okay. Is there any other questions, guys? Any other questions? Let me know. How to subscribe to the scanner. How to subscribe. Okay, so there's free scanners. All right, so let me just go onto the app as well, guys. Sorry, I should have actually logged onto the app as well. Let me just log on here to the app. And there are free scanners that are currently giving signals on the actual app itself. Okay. 1 second, guys. Please bear with me. 1 second. Log on here. It's asking for the passcode. So guys, just bear with me shortly. There we go.
Recording in progress.
There we go. Okay. So I'm on the phone as well. So guys, I'm actually going to share the app with you as well. But before I do that, I need to make myself co-host. I think that's me there. Okay, perfect. Right. There we go. Right, so you should be able to see my screen in a few. Share screen in a few minutes. And there we go. Okay, so you can see my screen right now. If I log on to the GFood app, now there's a few recommendations that I would definitely make to you, which is try not to follow more than 5 people, because it can take a little bit of time to load up when you start to follow 5 people, because the 5 people have probably posted like 10 times, and then it starts to take a bit of time to spool up. Okay, but as you can see here, right, this is the activity feed. So you can see the people that I'm currently following right now. And obviously you can see Trendwave, how many signals come through on Trendwave as well. Look at all these signals for Trendwave, guys. This is why people are actually using it. It's absolutely amazing. Look. Imagine taking all of these signals every time they come out for Trendwave. You tell me you're not going to make some money? You must be crazy. Look, keep going, look. Anyway, that's not what we're here for. So this is going to be your activity feed. Now, what I want you to do, I want you to go, when you actually sign in, I want you to go to the very last tab, which is the magnifying glass. And I want you to see where it says influencers. I want you to subscribe to the people that you believe that you're going to follow, okay? Obviously, you can see that I'm subscribed to Kenry Mo. You can see that I'm subscribed to Dr. Josh Lee, and so on, right? Now, and also it has like a filter system. So if you're, I don't know, if you maybe you're Polish speaking, you can click on Polish, and it will come up with all the Polish speaking people that you subscribe to and so on. All right. So Spanish. It's a bit annoying because the button's right there. So guys, a bit annoying. The button of my back space is right right on the actual join button. Okay, but you get the gist of what I'm talking about anyway. All right. So if you scroll down to the bottom, well, I've just found out today I was on a call with someone that just joined the platform and his didn't look exactly like this. So I'm going to let you know where it says indicator. If you subscribe to Golden Era, Trendwave, and Killshot, you're going to get notifications through the apps. Now they are working on the rest of the apps, the rest of the scanners to be able to give notifications as well, such as Golden Era, no, so not Golden Era, like Sniper Pro and so on. They are working on them to make sure that they can give us signals as well. Okay. So ideally, from a copy and paste standpoint, you're only going to need your phone. Okay. You're only going to need the alerts on your phone. Now, you can go on to some other tabs where this is all the trade ideas that have been coming out. This is the history of the trade ideas that have been coming out. Okay. So you don't have to worry about if you've missed one or two trades throughout the day because there's magnitudes of trades coming out. Okay. Even let's say you can't get on your phone maybe from, I don't know, 8 to 12, and then you got lunch. You're going to see trade ideas that definitely you can get into. Okay. So that's the app. That's how you subscribe as well. So you need to be signed in on the platform. You need to have a paid membership to be able to subscribe to the educators on this particular platform. Okay, I hope that makes sense, guys. That's the basics of the actual app. This tab here is for educational. This tab here is for your channels. And this tab here is for your events, etc., for anything that's coming up within the global team or anything like that. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. It's a very, very easy app to use. You don't need, it's not too many functions and too many things that you need to do to be able to navigate yourself through the app itself. Okay. Is there any other questions, guys? Any other questions? How to subscribe to the scanner? Now, there's also Telegram groups for some of the scanners. I have a Telegram group for Sniper Pro. I'm going to drop that in the group right now. I'm going to drop it in the chat right now. Now, if you do want to become a part of the Sniper Pro community, once you actually click to sign in, you need to press the button within 30 seconds to say that you're not a bot, or you will get kicked out. All right, so just letting you know that. It's a very, very functional and giving community. So please be respectful if you are going to join. There you are. Okay, so no question from me. The class has been pretty straightforward. Like you said, the most important thing is to have a strong why and take time to go through the course. It honestly looks like a lot right now, but with time and dedication, nothing's impossible. 100%. That's made my day. That's made my evening. Because that's what it's all about. It's all about recognizing, yes, you know what, there is maybe a lot here going on and so on and so on. But given time and understanding, you will get there. And we've all been there. I started somewhere. I've been this almost a decade now, but I started somewhere as well. Yeah. And now you put me on a chart, I'm going crazy, right? So guys, just take your time. Take your time. So guys, if there's no more questions, I'm going to bring this call to a close. Thank you all. Thank you for all your time, dedication, and actually, participating where you could on this particular call as well. Please, can you share the apps? Yeah, what I can do, let me just see something. What I could do. Let me share my screen again here. Share my screen. I'm gonna show you so you can do a screenshot and take a visual as well. So yeah, time screen, yeah. So the apps that you want, you don't need to worry about the G Travel. So you can ignore that. That you can utilize on the actual platform. So one subscription, guys, also gives you G Travel as well, which is discount travel portal. So let me give you this. So you're not only getting G Travel, which is the travel portal, you're also getting everything around the investments, including crypto as well. You're also having access to the apps, which is going to be your signals and trade ideas. You're also going to have social networking, social media. You're also going to have e-commerce. You're also going to have financial literacy. You're also going to have fitness. So for one subscription, you're going to get all of that. Okay. That's okay if you came late, no problem. But the two apps that you can see on my screen right now, which is GFood Connect and MetaTrader 5, you must have these two apps. Okay, as you can see, I have on my phone, one page has only GFood Connect and MetaTrader 5. I don't even want to have to go through flicking and look for nothing. I need to just go to this screen here and I just press it. It's next to my home screen. And I just press it and I'm ready in GFood Connect. And I press it, I'm on MT5. Okay. So MT5, as I said, just in case you didn't get this information, MT5, how to use it and what it is going to be part of your course. Okay, it's going to be part of your education. Okay. So guys, if there's no more questions, I will bring this call to a close. Guys, I wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate you guys. And you know what? Your journey, the success of your journey is going to be somewhat predicated to how you actually, how you assert yourself to the learnings and so on. But one of the things, as I said before, which I will repeat, the community is here to help you. Okay, the community is here to help you. You do not need to do this by yourself. If you get stuck, drop in the WhatsApp groups, reach out to people, do what you need to do to make sure that success is knocking on your door. So look, guys, before we leave this call, I'm going to just give you something that my mentor gave me, and I hope it helps you. There's two sets of people. Okay, there's two sets of people. The first set is the person that says that I can do it. The second set of people says that I can't do it. Now, both sets of people are both right. If you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you can't. You have to determine which set of people that you want to be a part of on this journey. So guys, I leave you with that. My name is Jermaine, and I definitely look forward to seeing you on Tuesday, next Sunday, and the following calls further on. Take care. I'm out.